right.
Your what? Okay. I sent, yeah. Yeah. No email. Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Bronwyn Thomas Abrams from the Office of the Premier, and our Director General, Mr. Justice Becky, as well as our Special Economic Advisor to the Premier, to members of the media joining us on our social media platforms. Welcome to this. We will not keep you for too long, but we'll immediately hand over to our Premier, Dr. Zamani Soul, to take us through the statement. After that, we will take some questions.
To our new offices, and you guys are highly welcome here. And I see we've got okay, and so you're all welcome. And we've just got a statement that we want to read out, and then thereafter we can have some engagements. We have noted with deep concern reports by the South African Police Service into the death of 13 males at the Tuepart mining area near Kleinzee. Preliminary reports indicate that the deceased were trapped underground when the tunnels collapsed. We wish to extend our condolences to the families and friends of the deceased. We also wish to caution against illegal mining activity. Pose a big threat to the safety and security of the surrounding communities, as well as the illegal miners themselves. Government will continue to urgent attention, and already I think last year we had engagements with the Minister for Mineral Resources and Energy on this matter to cut wastages and frills should by now be beyond question. Since we assumed office, we have committed to this agenda, rent due to cuts in operational expenditures, and there is also a significant improvement in our audit outcomes. Most of our departments have migrated. The DSC office located at 69 Memorial Road, Monument Heights, where you guys are now. Of importance to note, of nature and wear and tear, the building is in need of intensive attention and renovation. So where we are coming, 60 plus here? None. Oh, it's what's happening? Oh, Udiji, sorry. 2008, and the contract expired in 2014. Because of some disputes on the contractual terms, a short-term, 9 months transitional contract was concluded between Public Works, which was acting on behalf of the Office of the Premier, and Transnet, and that contract expired in May 2015. So since June 2015, Office of the Premier has been in occupation of the building without any contract, but continued to date with a payment of a rental amount of 1,082,000 rand. For every monthly rental paid, Transnet recorded a shortfall amount. So what we've been doing since 2015, we've been paying Transnet 1,085,000. So for that 1,085,000, when they get it, they record a shortfall amount. Say the 1,082,000 is not. They would record a shortfall which they called as, which is called the annual escalation cost. So for every, which brought the current monthly rental at the Transnet building to 1.6 million. The refusal to pay the escalation costs was due to the failure by Transnet to do maintenance of the building. Literally, the building was rapidly deteriorating. So we refused to pay the escalation costs. Was because Transnet was not maintaining the building. In terms of the contractual arrangements, Transnet is responsible for the maintenance. Because of the state of the building, we were forced to use our own money to maintain a building which is owned by Transnet. So since 2018, we occupied. By today, we paid 132 million rent, and on top of that, Transnet, because we refused to pay the annual escalation amounts to maintain the. Number two, it says the inspection of the building revealed that there were many defects. That includes, amongst others, defective amenities, lifts constantly being outdated, on the optimal performance of staff. Some of the other concerns and defects worth noting are the constant breakdown of the lifts. So, as 90% of the staff used to park in the streets, air conditioners that are always malfunctioning, and an additional 42 million to ensure that it is compliant with building and safety standards. So that's what the report said of the consulting engineers, CEMEX, and requirements. It will cost you 42 million rand to fix it, just to get it to that minimum requirement. Ground floor, where there will be these hydraulic overflows of the sewer and all of that. So employees started to complain, and some of the issues are the non-functioning of the security system. Security system does not work, not at all. It never worked from the first day we got in the 2008. I was not. Fire detection system, all of them, they don't work. Because of all these challenges, in 2021, the Premier requested the Minister of Transnet, it was during COVID. So we thought during COVID, whilst people are working at home, let's get a Department of Transport and entities, isn't it? Then we asked them, give us a building for free so that we can use this 42 million rand to upgrade and renovate. And as well as the minister. This request was rejected, and instead Transnet made a counter proposal for purchase of the building at a cost of 68 million rand. They said, no, we can't buy it for 68 million rand. Added to this were the estimated repair costs of 42 million rand, and on top of that, an amount of 64 million rand Transnet claimed as arrears on rentals and utilities. All inclusive, to buy it, which is 68 million rand. Number two, it's 42 million rand to renovate the building. Number three is 60. You owe us 64 million rand. You would have actually required this 100 and make that call to Transnet to donate the building to the provincial government for us to renovate it and use it to address our unending requirements. Next week, we still say, give us the building for free, donate it to a government entity. We've already paid you 132 million rand for the building. Just give it to us for free. And they are refusing to do that. But we are still continuing. We firmly believe that this relocation enables us to resolve the stalemate between the provincial government and Transnet, and also provides in an effective manner. The expected monthly rental at the Transnet building for 2023 is 1.6 million. 21,539 rand, as opposed to the current rental of 1,300,000. Amounts excludes rates and taxes. In JW Sour building, the provincial government was responsible for rates and taxes, which average 135,000 per month. It's 1.7 million where we come from, including rates and taxes per month. So where we are now, the DSC building, the owner is, and he always told me, don't raise strong views on matters that you've got little knowledge of. Must be careful. If you've got little knowledge on something, don't raise 38,000. So that's where we are now. We wish to express our to the team at the Department of Public Works for the manner in which they handled the matter by securing much lesser rates per square meter than the previous occupants. The rates that we are paying here per square meter, it's by far lesser than what the previous occupants were paying. What Eskom we are paying less than what is paying here. We want to put it on record that there were no direct engagements between the owner of the DSC office park and the office of from the register of landlords that could accommodate the staff of the office of the Premier. Upon inspection, it was discovered that only DSC office block offices is by no means a deviation from the mandate by the office of the Premier of serving and improving the lives of the people of the Northern Cape. To the vision that has been set for the province and to continue to serve the people of the Northern Cape. The OTP welcomes all members of the public and interested parties to visit us at our new. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Premier, for the detailed statement. We will now open the floor for any.
Everyone involved. I'm Chelsea Lekia representing Northern Cape TV. I've got a few questions. On my way to the 12th floor as well. So one is familiar with the mishaps of. You know, what does that mean? Does it mean the entire building comes to DSV, or what happens with the other staff complement of Office of the Premier? Relatively a co-working space, meaning that there are other people besides the Northern Cape government. So I just wanted to understand in terms of what comes with that implications, you know, what is the plan? You know what I mean? I think the third question for me would be, there's always costs attached to relocation. You know what I mean? You know, how has the Office of the Premier maneuvered that particular concern, or rather maybe how has it worked it out? You know, for instance, I'm primarily making reference to, you know, has there been a removal of furniture, or is the brand new furniture here? You know, what are the implications that came with that? I understand that.
And then there's a law firm there on top. When are they moving out?
End of October.
End of October, the law firm is moving up. So we are going to occupy the entire office precinct. And then only, you can see how decently they are parked here outside. Then they're parked in front of the train station, under the trees there, and all of that. So we will be able to accommodate all of them, about 280 of them. All of them will be accommodated here, and we'll still have some available additional office space for appointments which we could do in the future. DG, on the issue of the transport bringing.
Thank you, Honourable Premier. Yes, I think there was a tender that went out, a request for quotations that went out. And the amount were very minimal that we utilized. I think, as you have seen, I think there was a truck outside here. They were the ones who were the most cost efficient. And during the course of this week, we will be done with it. Thanks.
All right. Any other questions? All right.
Thank you, Honorable Premier. Mine is a very quick one. My name is Subakenge Padisa, and I'm from RTS.
Right.
Mine is a very simple one. It is obvious that rental is much more expensive than purchase. Why does the Premier's office continue to rent on space instead of buying?
Renter.
Yes. Why does the Premier's office continue to rent space instead of purchasing a building?
We've made an offer to get the building donated to us, and we were going to spend 42 million rand in order to. You won't get any other office space in the province where people are selling it that where you can accommodate office space for rental. Yeah.
My question is regarding security. I mean, this is the N12. And obviously you've got the center opposite. So what if people who protest come to the Premier of the office, because you regularly have protests. So how does that affect your cars? I mean, they would gather here just outside, maybe damaging your staff cars and so on.
Do you know that this year we only had one protest?
Sorry?
Do you know that this year we only had one protest?
Yes,
And
but it does happen. And the election is coming closer.
And the last year, I think I only received 2 memos. Was it 2? About 4 memos. So and trucks are also on that road, isn't it? They drive out, they are also on that road. This road, the intensity of business road and that road where we were, it's more or less the same. But the protest is not something that happens every week. Last year, I only received about 3 memos. We'll have to bring in traffic departments and ensure that there are no casualties.
Can I on that point? Or because that sewage problem, that sewage line opposite you, it's still an issue. We walked there last week with the dogs.
Where is that?
On the verge of the Noordkaap Mall, going towards that park.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a bit confused here.
You're right, you're right.
Yeah, so there's a sewage line that's completely regularly blocked.
Yeah.
And apparently it was fixed, but last week I saw that there's issues. So I just want to know that type of problems, will that not impact on you, and can that be fixed forever?
I think then that's something that supply will have to attend to, which I'm not aware of. Engage with supply chain fund, but anyway, except for that, if there are such spills, sewage spills, we need to be working with them. Okay, all right.
Yeah, final question from me. Illegal mining has become a problem in the province. You know, this is not the first that steps are being taken to begin to effectively deal with it, because it is happening in one designated particular area within our province, and on a constant basis, there's a lot of casualties. I just want to understand in terms of what are the interventions that the province is thinking of.
Chuck, we've been having very intense engagements with illegal miners, and particularly here in Kimberley. There's a whole lot of them here. And when we met with their representative, they told us we've got about 10,000 illegal miners here. They took me to one site where they were operating. It was like ants. And so we are very fortunate here in Kimberley. We've not had casualties, reported casualties. But if you go to Namakwa, last year we had reported casualties there where people were trapped in one of the mines, those bodies removed. And this year, I think, when I got the report from Mr. Shushu and Brown, I said, in actual fact, it's a massacre. Having about 13 people dying at once because of such operations. We had engagements with the Minister of Resources and Energy. At some point, he went there. I think it was early last year. We sent him to Namakwa to go and see what is actually happening there. But I can tell you that currently within the SAPS, the South African Police Services, they are establishing a unit that is primarily going to focus on this matter. And also linked to that is the issue of formalization of zama-zamas, what we normally call as illegal mining, into artisanal mining. So we know that there's a process of legislative amendment which is underway to change the law to give them much scope of being formalized. Up until they get formalized, artisanal mining, and as well as establishment of a unit in SAPS that will basically specialize on this. Because most of them are heavily armed, and they fight.
The NSFAS is going to have a difficulty paying for students going forward.
Yeah.
I just needed to find out if that is going to affect the Northern Cape in any way.
The student population of Soplati University is about 4,500 now. And about 75% of those students are NSFAS. Out of a population of 4,500 students at the university, 75% thereof are NSFAS students. It will have massive implications for us. Department of Higher Education, Science and Technology now. Yeah, another plate will kill me. I'll be creating unnecessary expectations. But it's something that they should urgently attend to. It's something that they should really urgently attend to. Any other questions? Are we?
I think we've exhausted making our stakeholders aware of this crucial information. This media briefing